All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Grill out here on this wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. Headed an hour and some minutes to my 11 o'clock appointment. It's about 9:20. I had to bring a table and chair with me because I'm supposed to be at a campground. So I told them, and I'll bring a table and chair because they said it would cost money to have me come in to where they're actually located at. They got to pay some kind of visitor's fee, and I don't want them spending any extra money. So I said, don't worry about it. I said, if y'all can bring some chairs for yourselves, I'll have a table. We'll sit down. So I got a nice little portable square table, and we will sit down and do what we do and get them taken care of. This is a loan modification. All right, I'm back. The reason why I'm rebuckling up is because I have a process that I do where I like to really make sure I don't forget anything, and I forgot to double check my my bag for my documents. I put them in the bag, then it's like, okay, let me I put them in the car, then I want to, and a lot of times when I get ready to drive, especially on long trips, I would double and triple check to make sure that I have the documents in my bag, because in my mind I'm like, yeah, I meant to put them in there, I'm supposed to put them in there, and then I mess around and forget to do it. So it dawned on me, I was like, I didn't double check because I just went and got some gas, and I said, let me check just to be on the safe side before I get too far. And I've had that happen before where I've actually thought that I put the documents in the bag and they weren't in the bag. And one time I thought that I had my bag with me and I didn't have my bag. So I figured that out, that I have to do certain things to make sure, because when I get going and I'm thinking, 1,000 miles a minute and all that, as they say, you can forget. You have something in your hand, then you say, oop, let me go check this, and then you think you did. So that's what I had to pull off to the side to make sure before I really get going. And I don't want to be embarrassed and get over there to the people an hour in some way and there's no documents. You don't want that. So yeah, that's good to go. Everything's in there. Double check the documents. Everything looks good. So I'm squared away now. So I'm at peace. I got my pens stamped, all of that, clipboards. I got everything that I need. So I'm good to go. I posted a video from Vushi, and he's a gentleman. I gave you his name in the pinned comments in the description. He's on Instagram, and he's one of the gentlemen that I listen to a lot because he makes a lot of sense when it comes to business and doing what you need to do out there as a business owner. And he's just very practical and all of that. Now, I'm not trying to aspire to be to his level, but I incorporate a lot of the principles that he says, and I put forth every effort, to do what I know I need to do. But he said something very interesting about mentorship, and I posted it on my YouTube channel this morning. And basically, what he's talking about is that mentorship is not this thing of you being handheld throughout your whole business process. And a lot of people, that's what you want. You want somebody to handhold you and to just drag you along with them on their journey, and then you want to make their journey your journey. And I'm sitting here like, no. And I agree with him that he said mentorship, you asking somebody to be your mentor, you should meet with them, he said, maybe once a month. Just meet up with them. And really is when you have an issue that you really need help with, not daily check-ins. That's coaching. That is coaching. That is you being coached to do everything every step of the way. And I get that a lot of you are new at business. You've never thought about doing a business, and you've taken a step to get out here. But in all honesty, you don't really need a mentor. And the reason why I say you don't need a mentor, and y'all know I've been saying this for the longest. I say I don't mentor people. And if you want to call what I do mentoring, as I always say, my mentoring starts with my videos. You look at my videos enough, you will get mentored in what to do in this business, because that's what everybody wants to know: what to do, how to do it. And if you follow the videos that I put out there, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. And then people contact me, and there's a lot of people who do this. They will contact me when they're in trouble. Similar to what Vushi is saying. You contact them when you're in trouble. You contact them when you need some guidance. You contact them when you need some advice. And I'm like, that's how I like to flow. That's how I operate. Contact me if you get stuck on something. Contact me once you get into the signing, not 256 times before you even get an order, and you're trying to get everything perfect, and you want everything to be laid out, and you want to know everything about everything, and you still won't take an order, but you want to spend time talking. And I talk to people. I mean, I don't kick people off the phone and all that, but the bottom line is, the percentage of people who have conversations with me that are actually doing the business is very low. The people who don't call me a lot, or call me every now and then, they're out there actually doing the business, because as they do the business, they realize, wow, okay, I can do this. So a lot of you think you need mentoring, but you don't need mentoring. You need a coach. But the problem is, a lot of these other folk out here, these notaries, they're really not in a position to coach you, because the way they're running their business might not necessarily be straight. And a coach, a lot of times, is somebody who's not really doing the business, but they're actually helping you to grow and move your business forward. And there's really, in my opinion, no true notary coach out there that's going to be in a position to do this. And this ain't, when I'm saying notary coach, I'm not referring to Bill Soroka. So don't go talking about your Bill. No, I am not. What I'm talking about is the concept of being a coach as a notary, where you really, when you understand what coaching is, there's no one in this industry that is really doing it. Are there people who could do it? Yes, I could do it. But you have to remove yourself a lot of times from the business itself, doing the work yourself, because you got to focus your time and effort on that person that you're coaching. And a lot of times you have multiple people that you're coaching. If you think about it, let's take Colorado Buffalo's football team, and you got Coach Deion Sanders, and he got his sons Shador and Shiloh. Well, Shador, the quarterback, there's a guy that I forget his first name, but he has a company called Select QB. He was a top-rated QB. He no longer is actively playing quarterback in any kind of football league. So what is he doing now? He's coaching Shador and other people on how to be the best quarterback that they can be. Now, it's still up to them and the organization to put that quarterback in the best position to succeed, but he's coaching them and getting them prepared and set up for success by showing them the skills and techniques that they need in order to be a top-rated quarterback. But then they still got to go out there and do it. But he can't focus his time on coaching them and getting them to where they need to be at if he's out there developing his game and he's playing and this, that, and the other. So he's no longer playing, so he's actually coaching. Your coaches are there for you throughout the whole process to move you in the direction that you want to go. And they're there to say, okay, well, you want to go in that direction, but this is the best way to get there. Or the direction that you want to go in is really not the right direction, because looking at how you flow and this, that, and the other, your body type, your this, your that, all of these factors, this would be the best position for you. That's like somebody who's 5'10" saying, I want to be a center in the NBA. Nah, you need to be probably a point guard or a shooting guard. And let's develop you in that regard. And you hear a lot of times athletes, when I was in high school, I was doing this, but then when I got to college, my position changed because of these factors. And then when I became a pro, my factors changed because of these my position changed again because of these factors. And coaches look and evaluate talent. Mentors, they're busy doing their thing, they're working their business, they're growing their industry. And then you say, hey, I got this problem. And that person who's in that industry gives you some advice to get you over that hump. But they're not there hand-holding you and giving you the day-to-day. And that's the beautiful thing that he said in that clip there, Vushi. He said he didn't need his mentor there for the day-to-day stuff. Because here's the thing. you got to get out there and do the business. And if you're unwilling to get out there and do the business, then you shouldn't even be trying to do this business. And that's where a lot of you are stuck at. You're stuck on, you've spent money to get in this business, you've taken all of these folks training, and now you're like, how do I go about doing it? And if you've taken people's training and you still don't know how to go out here and do the business and make it happen for yourself, then apparently there's a problem either with you or with their training, or both. Okay, I would catch. Okay, tunnels, people stopping traffic. But that's the thing. So what he is saying is that he didn't need this gentleman, and he couldn't learn all that he needed to learn because he didn't have the time and the capacity to just sit there and just give you all this information. That's why y'all don't see me sitting in people's Zooms all day, every day. Can a person have a Zoom every day? Yes. But do every single person need to be in that Zoom every single day? Because at some point in time, the question is, when are you working? And there are a lot of people who have spent hours in the Zoom. But what happens if they stop doing the Zooms? What happens if they stop doing the Facebook stuff? What happens if they stop doing all of these weekly and daily meetings that you are participating in? Now you got to go out there and do the business. And that's where the point of failure is, that a lot of folk aren't putting themselves in a position to go out here and just do the business. That's why I've been successful to the level that I have been, because I've said, you know what, I need to just do the business. At some point, I got to work. I got to get out of the classroom, and I got to get out of the work. And then I will contact people from time to time to get advice and guidance and direction on various little things that I come across as a business owner. But I got to get out there and do it. And if you go and put forth the effort, you will find out very, very quickly whether or not this is something that you can do or you can't do. And many of you don't know whether or not you can really do this business because you're not out there even trying. You want to get every angle embedded into your brain as to how this business could possibly go, every up, down, sideways thing, so you can be fully prepared for whatever might hit you. But you realize that there's more twists and turns in this business than a little bit, because you listening to that person, man, they went through that, I need to learn how to deal with that. Oh man, you went through that, I need to learn how to deal with that. Oh man, wow, Griff did that. Oh man, wow, Griff be dealing with a lot. Well, the reason why Griff is dealing with a lot is because he's out there doing a lot. You're not dealing with anything because you ain't out there doing anything. And if you plan on ever growing in anything in life, you got to get out there and do it. You don't sit there and try to figure out all the different angles of marriage or child, raising a child. You just doing it. You go and do it. You buy a car, you don't realize that, you don't even think about, I need to change the oil, I need to change the brakes, I need to change the tires, I need to vacuum this thing, I need to do this, I need to put gas in it. You don't think about any of that. All you know is I need a car. And you figure it out when the situation happens. And sometimes you have to end up paying a whole lot more money than what you needed to had you listened or at least read the owner's manual, but you still went out there and did it. You went out there and did it. And sometimes you go and do something and then you ask advice and guidance as you're doing it. Too many people who have become notaries are sitting back and saying, give me all the advice and then I'll go do it. Give me every piece of advice, give me every angle that I should be aware of and be cognizant of, and then I'll go do the business. That's what the vast majority of notaries are out here doing. They're doing that and you're stuck, and that's why people are not doing anything 2 years after they started on this quote-unquote journey. You're no longer on a journey. Let me tell you this right now. If you haven't done anything with this business at all, and you've been in the business for at least 6 months or more, you've done very little to nothing for at least 6 months or more, you're not on a journey no more. You are officially on the sidelines. You are sitting your hind parts on the sideline, hoping and a wishing and a praying something will break loose. Stop waiting for somebody to be your savior. Stop waiting for somebody to come through and just give you the magic orders, give you the magic signing company and title company and all of that. So all you got to do is just plug and play and then bam. Because that's really what you're searching for. If that's what you're really paying all this money for, is to get the plug and play success. And there is no plug and play success. Can you be plugged into a system? Yes, but at some point in time, you're still going to have to go out there and do the work. You're still going to have to go out there and bust some butt and get yourself embarrassed and make mistakes. And if you don't want to do any of that, you don't want to go through any of that, then you need to just leave this business or any other business that you got going on alone. Why you think people break up and divorce? Because they no longer want to work on making it work. Oh, this is what it takes for a marriage to work? I don't want to deal with it. I'm out. Oh, this is what it takes to raise kids and to have your kids be halfway decent? Nah, I'm out. This is what it really takes? No, I ain't doing it no more. That's why people break up and they leave relationships, because when they realize what it truly takes, when they accept the reality of what it takes to make that relationship work, I'm out. When they realize what it takes in order to be successful as a business owner, I'm out. That's really what it is. So that's why I said there's no plug and play success here. You can't just, okay, I'm gonna plug in. Yeah, I'm successful. And then you want to get up there and brag and see. What's silly is that people who got this quote unquote plug and play success mentality, they actually turn around and then want to try to sell that to someone else. Now, somebody was gracious enough to help you out and to show you and to point you in the right direction, and then you go out there and do it, and you think you got some kind of plug and play success, but you really don't. But then you go and you're like, well, I'm gonna market this and I'm gonna sell this and I'm gonna make all the money. And then you're wasting other people's time and you're stealing other people's money. And I consider it stealing, to be honest with you. I do. Because what you have to offer is not, just making sure that cop ain't coming out. What you have to offer is not genuine, is not earned. And learning from somebody who has not earned where they are at. And there are a lot of people who can put on the persona that they've earned it. But when you get closer to them and you learn more about them, you realize you ain't really earned this. You're just a real good salesman. You just know how to fake the funk. But you really didn't earn any of what you got going on. This is what's going on out here. So if you're talking about having a mentor, don't ask anybody to be a mentor if you're not willing to put forth the effort to do that business itself. If you're not doing the business itself, no one needs to be mentoring you, because there's nothing to mentor. If you're not doing the business itself, then there's nothing to mentor at all. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have nothing that you're doing that requires mentorship if you are not actually doing the business. If you're not in a relationship with somebody, what's the point of getting relationship advice? If you're not even trying to be in a relationship with somebody. If you don't have a kid, why give you advice on parenting if you don't even have a kid and you ain't trying to have a kid? Or the kid that you do have, you're really not trying to raise them and help them and mentor them and go grow. You ain't doing nothing for them. So why should somebody pour into you? People want to be poured into just to hold on to it. They don't do anything with it. I saw a clip from LL Cool J. He said there's people out here who just want money just to say they have it. They're not doing anything with it. They're not investing it. They're not buying real estate. They're not buying businesses. They're not doing anything. They're not even trying to start a business. They're not helping their family. I'm just adding these things in. This is what I'm saying based off of what he said. But he said there are people who got money and they just want money just to have it, but not doing anything with it. And there are people who want knowledge of the notary business, but not willing to do anything with that knowledge. And there are human beings who recognize that And they are taking all of your money because they know that there's people out here who like that. I'm different. I don't want your money. I don't want to give you any of what I have just to get your money. And then you turn around down the road. Well, I mean, I want my money back. I ain't got time for that. You ain't getting it back. But I'm just saying I ain't got time. And I understand why a lot of the other influencers out here in the notary business won't give you your money back. Or in some cases they will, because they don't feel like putting up with your mess. So they're like, here, take your money back, gone. Because if you took their course and you ain't do nothing with it, what am I losing giving you your money back? Nothing. I'm not losing. I'm gaining not having a headache. I'm gaining not having a lawsuit. I'm gaining not having you bash me in the media behind holding tight to my standard of you came, you took the course, you paid for it, you took it, you're on your own now. You know what, here's your money back. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to be going back and forth with you and this, that, and the other. So I get it. I truly, truly, truly do get it. And that's why I'm very, very measured about doing training and things of that nature in terms of GPS on, because I don't feel like going through that. So for me, mentorship starts with my videos. You want mentoring from me, watch my videos. Then ask the specific pointed question to me to get yourself help in that arena. It's that simple. If you're not actively doing the work, there's really not a whole lot for me to even help you with. Just as I've been coming across individuals calling me for help, but they don't have a computer, printer, scanner, and they haven't signed up for any signing services. Why are you asking me for advice? You got to at least do that. I can give you the advice, but what good is it going to do you, because you're not in a position to execute the advice? You got to get yourself in a position to execute the advice. That's why I like with the training that I got coming up. The people who decide to take it should be people who are ready to go out here and get active in this business. That's who needs to be taken. It's not, well, I'm just trying to see and figure it out. You need to be actively putting forth the effort. You can go out here and do loan closings. You don't need to all the fancies. All you got to do, reach out to a title company. Just let them know you're available. Go to nursing homes, things of that nature. What most people need, as I said earlier, is coaching. But to be honest, you can't afford real coaching. Real coaching is going to cost you between $500 and $1,000 a month for you to have that person's time, for them to be dedicated in helping you and in making sure that you get to where you need to be at in your business. And I don't think many of you have that kind of money to spend. You can have that money to spend if you are actually doing the business, because you're actually growing and making money, so you have money to invest into your personal growth, in your business growth. I mean, your business growth, not so personal, but personal too, I guess you could say. But many of you aren't. So because you're not, there ain't really much that a coach can coach you on. There's nothing to be mentored because you're not doing anything. So you're just sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. So that's why I said, if you've been in the business 6 months and you're not doing anything or haven't done anything, then you're no longer on a journey. This is no longer a journey, okay? You're just observing. You're just a spectator. You are not on a journey anymore, so stop saying that. Stop saying you're on a journey, because you are no longer on a journey. You're just another person in this space that has a notary stamp. Oh, and that's another thing. I've been coming across people Oh yeah, I got my notary commission, but I don't have a stamp. I'm coming across people, oh, well, I haven't even finished getting my notary commission yet. But they're asking questions as if they are actively doing loan closings, as if they're ready to go out here and do business. And I'm talking to them and I'm like, okay, so what you need to do is this, and they're like, yeah, I got to get to that point. Yeah, I mean, what do you mean I got to get to that point? Well, I got to get a computer. Well, I haven't even got my commission yet. I mean, matter of fact, I haven't even started on that. So you're trying to gather all of this knowledge and information about this, which is fine. But unfortunately, you're not telling me that. So you got me talking to you as if you're a seasoned. So that's why now I have to start grilling people. And yes, I'm using the word. That's what grilling them about. Okay, where's your knowledge base? What are you doing? What you got going on? Do you have your commission? Do you have your stamp? Do you dot? And if the answer is no, you don't, then I'm like, okay, just look at my videos. Well, I'm just trying to get an understanding, figure out how this thing works. At that point now, you're wasting anybody's time. You're wasting people's time. And I probably got to do a video to just break down how this business works, so I don't keep getting those phone calls. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do a video, and even that probably won't be suffice, because people will still think there's something else that they need to call and talk to you about and everything. But what is happening now is that people are so tied up in the mentorship. And the reason why you keep hearing people every time you get into a group is because there's at least 4 or 5 people in that group that think they're a mentor. And those suckers don't even know what mentorship is. And everybody keeps running around, oh yeah, you need a notary mentor. No, you don't. You don't need a notary mentor. When you understand what mentorship is, what being a mentor is, what the role of a mentor is, when you understand it, you then got to ask yourself, which one of these people out here can truly be a mentor to me? Who? Do you understand real mentorship? Mentorship is serious business. Serious business. And I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video, and it's in the description of the other one, a playlist that I have. And when you get into that playlist, you'll see 2 videos about mentorship that I did. And then you'll see a 3rd video in there from the Pocket Watching with JT, where he breaks down mentorship and what's the difference between mentorship and business coaching. There's a difference. So before you spend money with anybody for them to be your mentor, you need to make sure you understand what mentorship is, what it is and what it is not. And you need to make sure you understand what business coaching is and is not. Because most of you think mentorship is somebody just gonna pick up the phone and just be there for me, and they're just gonna answer all my questions and just tell me everything I need to know without me ever doing anything. And then what they tell me to do is gonna work because they've been doing it longer than me, and now I'm gonna make all the money because I'm just doing what they told me to do. And then you realize everything that they're telling you to do, that you're listening to and following, it don't work because they're doing it based off of where they're at in their state and city, and they're not in the same state and city that you're in, and then you're sitting here frustrated. So now you go find you another one, and you spend another $200-$300 on that mentor, and then that stuff don't work because it only works in their city and state, and they're not in the same city and state as you, because the people in your city and state, they're too busy trying to work and make money to try to mentor you, and they're not really even wanting to be a mentor. But you just want to find somebody because you just want somebody to tell you what to do, and so you ain't really got to do it, and so you can sit there and brag about it in your church services or online about how the Lord just blessed you, and you just got this thing and it's just popping and just making money, and now you're trying to monetize that. That's what you're doing. And that is 100% recipe for failure in anything, in your business, in your personal life, at your job, in relationships. When you are unwilling to learn what you need to learn to be successful in the endeavor that you are endeavoring to be in, it is 100% recipe for failure. And I ask you to correct me if I'm wrong. Because when you look back at your life right now and the failures that you have had, oh, I should have looked into that more. Man, had I, if I would have just read the book, man, if I would have paid a little bit more attention, if I would have asked some questions, on my own instead of relying on what that person told me. That person told me this, and I didn't double check it. And look at where I'm at now. I got 5 to 10 in the state pen. I should have asked questions about what is it that you're putting in my back seat. I should ask questions about where you got me going. What do you mean you want to have a conversation with this guy at 2 o'clock in the morning? I should have asked, what did you just put in my glove compartment? I should have asked, what is it that you're trying to get me? Why you want me to hold this when the police pulled us over? What do you mean you need my credit card number? I need to buy $2,000 worth of products. All of this stuff your failures come from you not asking questions. I've been there, y'all have been there, and now it's time to get out of that. So listen to the video that I put up earlier, and I think I titled it, is your mentor really mentoring you, or something like that. It's big business for some people in mentorship because they want to sit here and tell everybody and make themselves feel good and special, like they learned something, they know something, and they only been doing the business a couple of weeks, a few hours, and they think the notary business is so simple that I can teach anybody and I can make money doing that, and I don't have to actually do the notary work. And I'm telling you, most of these folk out here who are trying to do mentorship, and even the coaching and all of that, and the teaching, they're not even doing the business anymore. And if they are, they're doing it very, very lightly. They're doing it they really aren't doing the business. They really aren't. They just got a few clients that, that's their little play money that they're making from them. But their real money that's taking care of them is from y'all. It's from what they get from y'all. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you aren't doing anything but what they're offering, if they're offering anything of value. I wanted to do this live, but I didn't know what the internet was gonna be like out here in the country, so I didn't want to take no chance and stuff. But yeah, so let me go. It's time for me to listen to some motivational stuff and do some meditating and praying as I drive along this here road. And y'all have a good one. Give me your thoughts on this. Yeah. Talk to y'all later. Peace.